Hi Rebecca, so just a quick video to talk through this. So you have two different options. It's both using the same method, but the placement is all completely up to you. So like I said, there's no way of actually doing this like just straight out in the product. There's no way for just hide or minimize text and so on. But the way I've kind of thought of doing this would be setting this up so that people actually can uncheck a box and it will kind of like hide some of the text. So the two different options are if you want to hide all of the text, then I'll talk through it. But the way I have this currently set up is that we have some text up here that's always shown, and then whatever comes below we can choose to hide or show depending. So this way it's split out into two different surveys or two different questions. The first one contains the text that you want to display, and you can display as much here, but remember this will always be shown. This is going to be a multiple choice question with one answer choice, and we're leaving this as multiple answers so people can check and uncheck the box if they wish. So I've just wrote beside this choice show more. So when it's checked, this following text box is shown. So this is just a descriptive text style question following up, and this will contain all of the text that you want to be either shown or not. So you can type however much you want in here. The next step then is to add some display logic to this to say only show this when show more is selected. So we click on the gear icon and go to display text, or display logic, sorry, and then we say if question 6 show more is selected. And then, going back in there, we want to check this in page option, which means that it will pop up on the page when show more is selected. So the way this currently is that show more by default won't be selected, so they'll actually have to click on show more in order to see it. So for example, you come in, you get your intro text, and you can click on show more, and when you click show more text appears here. Now you don't need to have this line in here, that's just my survey setup, but you get the idea. And then when they uncheck that, this disappears and gives them the option to show more again. If you want this all of this to be displayed straight away and then they have to actually uncheck show more in order to do it, all you need to do is click into the gear icon on your first question and add a default choice so that this will always by default be selected until they unselect it. So I can click save here. So now if you preview, you'll see that both of these should show initially. So both of these show automatically, and then you can uncheck the show more option, and that will disappear. So in this survey, the skin or the theme that I'm using is kind of just this bar, so it's not very obvious whether it's just checked and unchecked. So you can see it's red, it's checked, but by looking down through different survey themes, you can have this as a little checkbox that they can actually click and unclick in order to make it work. Then the other way I mentioned was to hide and show the entire text. So if that's going to be your method, all you need to do is just have this one thing, do pretty much the exact same thing. You would just have this as all of your text within just a descriptive text style question. Then you would add a question directly above this that literally just has one answer choice, which is your show text option. Again, make it multiple answer. And then for the question text, we're not actually going to type anything in, so you can just press the space bar just to leave a gap in there. So you can leave show text, and then you just need to add your display logic here. That if question 8 show text is selected in page, and then if you want this to be checked by default, just go in here and do your add default choices and make that selected. So I hope that answers your question. I hope this is a viable option for you, but if you do have any questions on this, please just let me know.